Thank you for watching my channel. Please subscribe and like. Now back to the news. At one point in her son's journey through the X Factor talent machine, Simon Cowell pointed out to Anne Twist that mums can be a bit biased when it comes to their children's talents. He said, "Mums don't always know, Anne tells me, smiling. But I always thought he had something. He is Harry Styles. The something is a charisma that made him such a global superstar that he might easily be known by his Christian name alone were it not for a certain royal prince." The now solo artist and former member of One Direction has sold millions of records, become the first man to appear alone on the cover of American Vogue, and has even kick-started a film career, making his acting debut in 2017's critically acclaimed war epic Dunkirk. He also has a fan base as broad as it is international, featuring everyone from goggle-eyed teens to pensioners. Then there's the roll call of gorgeous and often older superstar girlfriends. Harry has famously squired a roster of the world's most beautiful women, Taylor Swift and supermodel Kendall Jenner among them. Recently he dated actress Olivia Wilde, 39, for 2 years, after they met on the set of 2022 film Don't Worry Darling. He has now added another supermodel to his romantic CV. 3 weeks ago, he was spotted canoodling with Emily Ratajkowski, who appeared to confirm the relationship last week, after revealing on a podcast that she had started dating someone who was kind of great. And all of this before Harry reaches his 30th birthday. That milestone comes next February. Last year, he overtook Ed Sheeran as the richest British star under 30, with an estimated net worth of £160 million. He's used the fortune to buy an impressive property portfolio around the world, with luxury homes in New York and London. So yes, it's clear that Harry has something. His mother's instincts were spot on, although Anne, 55, or Mama Twist, the endearing name she goes by on her Twitter feed, tries to not make a fuss about it. He's just the same as he has always been, she says. As a very little boy, he was very much like he is now, just a smaller version. Like any good mother, though, Anne doesn't favor either of her 2 children ahead of the other. Harry's older sister Gemma, 32, is a writer and podcaster and herself has more than 9 million Instagram followers. "I'm very proud of both Harry and his older sister Gemma and the adults they've become," she stresses. "They're both really hardworking, they've got good morals, and they're really kind people. I know it sounds like a dreadful cliche, but as long as they're happy, that's the most important thing." What's clear today is that behind the enormous star lies a tight-knit family. "Oh yes, we're all close, it's just geography," says Anne. "We all see each other when we can." Indeed, when they reunite at the family home in Holmes Chapel, Cheshire, Anne says Harry will walk in and open the fridge immediately, a habit that will be familiar to parents everywhere. A former pub landlady, Anne was married to Harry and Gemma's father, Desmond, until the couple divorced when Harry was 7. She subsequently remarried twice, first to businessman John Cox, then in 2013 to Robin Twist. Harry, at just 19 and already a star with 1D, was best man at their wedding in Congleton, Cheshire. Security and secrecy had to be tight to prevent hordes of teenage girls besieging the day. Tragically, Robin died 4 years later from cancer, aged 57. Harry has spoken in interviews of his happy childhood, and today Anne, who for the last 3 years has had a new partner who she prefers not to name, recalls that her son's outgoing, gregarious gene manifested itself early. "He always had a big smile," she recalls. In comparison, Gemma was always the slightly quieter, less extroverted one. The performance gene was there early, too. Anne recalls Harry performing in school plays from a young age, and by secondary school, at Holmes Chapel Comprehensive, he was lead singer in a band called White Eskimo. But he was dreaming big. In 2010, aged 16, he auditioned for the X Factor. When he failed to make it to the boot camp round, it looked like his brief flirtation with stardom might be over until Simon Cowell, Lewis Walsh and guest judge Nicole Scherzinger came up with the idea of a boy band. They grouped Harry with fellow contestants Niall Horan, Liam Payne, Lewis Tomlinson and Zayn Malik. It was the first time a group had been formed by the judges on the show. The rest is history. Their band, One Direction, only made it to 3rd place in the competition, but Simon Cowell gave the group a rumored £2 million contract with his record label Psycho. By September 2011, their first single, What Makes You Beautiful, had hit number 1. The band quickly amassed a devoted following, with Harry the breakout heartthrob. When did Anne realize that her son was a bona fide star? She didn't, she says. In fact, she was just waiting for it all to go wrong. It was all such a new experience and I just went along with it, she tells me. I always felt like I was just there until it stopped, and then I would be there to pick up the pieces that just didn't happen. Indeed, it hasn't. 5 albums, 4 world tours and 70 million record sales later, the band called it a day in summer 2015, and Harry launched his solo career. Ever since, it's been a whirlwind of more global record sales and sellout gigs at some of the world's most famous stadiums, among them Madison Square Garden. In February, Harry's rise to the top of the music industry was cemented by 2 Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year, ahead of the likes of Beyoncé and Adele. It's a rare man, of course, who can make the transition from boy band to solo Grammy Award-winning global superstar.